have y'all been thinking about some of the stories y'all want to tell today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking all day. I won't lie. I feel like I have more bad. I was like thinking about it hard. I was like, man, I have more bad memories at Otakon than like strong ones that stand out.
Well, you still have good like MagFest memories and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have some. I got stuff I could talk about, for sure. But I was like, huh. Like, all the first couple things that came to mind, I was like, getting overly drunk isn't a good one. Some of the other stuff isn't good ones. Oh, I know. I was like, I saw Ninja Sex Party at a convention. That was cool.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess that was at a MagFest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm jealous.
You were at that MagFest.
I didn't get to see him.
Oh. Why?
I don't know.
It's pretty weird.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. It was like 5 years ago.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Yeah, like I remember being at that one, but I don't think I even watched Game Grumps at that point. I had seen some of their stuff, but I wasn't like a fan.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were at that MagFest?
Yeah, we've been like that was around the time we actually were going to MagFest steadily.
Also, to be perfectly honest with Game Grumps, I think you and Katie kept on quoting Game Grumps. Yeah, Game Grumps is my first interaction with it. Can't remember what you guys were quoting, but you and Katie kept on quoting the same damn thing over and over again.
Me and Katie?
Yep.
Huh. I don't remember.
I can't remember what it was, but it was from Game Grumps, because I remember you told me like 6 times what it was. And then one day when we were living at the townhouse, I just got bored and threw on Game Grumps, and I think it was the Super Mario Maker playthrough.
Yeah.
Is the first one that I watched like all of. And then I watched, like, all of their stuff.
Yeah.
And then you watched Game Lumps, where they showed you their testicles.
I mean, to be fair, I can see Aaron doing that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like their content's only a day away from actually having something like that in it.
Yeah.
Sorry for the
And you pay extra to watch it.
I don't know if I would.
Yeah, I think you would.
I don't think so. Like, I mean, come on. It's like when a celebrity sex tape or something like that comes out, you don't actually pay for it. You go to Pornhub and just watch like the 2-minute free version that's on there and be like, okay, I've seen enough.
But you want to support them and their endeavor.
Absolutely not.
You don't want to support them.
I don't want to support their sex tape. I mean, if they want to support the celebrity, I'll just like support the movie or something they're in. I don't need to be like, oh, here, let me give them my money.
I watched Good Game. I own a Game Grumps Gallery shirt.
Yeah,
like, that's the only Grump thing I own.
I don't think I own anything Game Grumps related. I really don't.
Oh, I definitely don't.
I mean, they got, well, when I was a part of YouTube Red or whatever the fuck they're calling it now, I don't know if they think they changed it.
I think it's just YouTube Premium.
Yeah. I mean, I watched plenty of their content, so they got my money that way. I guess that's the only thing I can really say I've ever provided to Game Grumps.
Yeah.
I will say, YouTube Red is the terrible name for what they wanted it to be. Because it just makes it sound like it's pornography.
I mean, yeah, but maybe you should stay off of RedTube.
I don't even go on RedTube. Like, that's never been my main place to go to. That's why it was really, like, and it's still synonymous, like, even just Red. Like, I think Red Light District.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, I get that. So
like even if RedTube wasn't there, I'd still see YouTube Red and be like, that seems off.
Seems porny.
I don't know. I never thought of it that way, but maybe I'm just more...
I mean, I think they still realize it was a stupid enough name if they're just going with YouTube Premium now.
Yeah. I mean, it also sucks because it was YouTube Red and it had, like, everything together. And now they have YouTube Premium, they have YouTube Music.
TV.
They have YouTube TV now, which I think they were going to go the TV route eventually. But when YouTube Red was a thing...
I thought Premium still got you the music and stuff. Because I remember when I was
originally,
still
yes. Now YouTube Premium and Music are two different things.
Oh, that's stupid.
But because... And they're $10 a piece.
Yeah, that's not stupid.
Yeah. But because...
$10 pizza.
Yep.
Yeah.
But because I've been a member since like Red, I still have both of them for $10.
Fair enough.
Which is the reason why I will never cancel my Google YouTube account. It's like $10 a month. I basically only watch YouTube anyway. YouTube and like Crunchyroll and Funimation. So it's like,
yeah. No, I remember. I mean, the best thing I thought about it is, not only that no commercials, because God, now having to watch commercials again, I miss it. But it was the all access to Google Play Music, because I used to just, as soon as a new album or something will come out, I'll be like, and play. And
exactly, immediately. Like, we were talking a couple weeks ago about the fucking Lady Gaga CD. I was like, yeah, listen to it the day it came out.
Yeah.
On there. Don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
I just pay for Spotify.
I mean,
you can do that, but
Hey,
like
you
I
don't
said,
even have to pay for Spotify.
I mean, I didn't like Spotify when I had it.
well, I mean, to me, it's just an added thing of no commercials on YouTube, and I watch a lot of YouTube crap.
That was basically my thing. I had Spotify when we were at the townhouse to I started using the Amazon Music app before Amazon made Amazon Music a separate thing that you had to pay for. And I was like, all right, this is fucking dumb now. And then YouTube YouTube Red came out, and then I was like, all right, well, I'll just do that because I watch a lot of YouTube. And now I have it, and I'll never get rid of it.
I should have never got rid of it.
But you got rid of it.
No, I got poor. That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
But yeah, so welcome out to the Kuma Cave. I go by the name of Trippy Haps, otherwise known as Terrence.
I am the Anime J, also known as fucking the Anime J. J, you can just call me J.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were just going to say you're known as fucking and then just leave it as.
No, I'm just known as fucking, and you just hear aggressive humping on
no, we will not hear that because there's only two of us in the room.
I said I'm going to hump the fuzzy mic.
Don't hump the fuzzy mic. That's for wind resistance.
I'm gonna hump the Don King mic.
Oh God, it does look like.
Is that who you say? Yeah.
I'm Patrick. Also
who
known
are
as
you?
The Frizzly Bear.
That's right. And Patrick, also known as Frizzly Bear. I just gotta know. I'm just gonna say straight up right now. My main two are Pornhub and Xvideo. What is your main go-to for?
It's Pornhub.
Of course, as well it should be.
It's Pornhub.
As well it should be. Jay?
I've stated this multiple times. I don't use Pornhub or them. I use a bigger hub, which is called fuq.com. It is basically a compilation page where you can look up whatever, and it takes you, like, everything on there links to other websites. So it's like a Google for porn.
That site was on the Google for porn, yeah.
And I still use that. I've been using it for like 4 or 5 years.
I'm pretty sure the Google for porn is called Bing.
Fair enough.
No. Bing is just trash.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you that Bing isn't trash, but...
I would rather use ass.com than Bing.
What is ass.com?
Yeah.
Ask. It's Ask Jeeves. They got rid of the G.
I thought he said ass.
So did I.
Thought he said ass.com.
That totally sounded like ass.com.
First off, I'm going to Google ass.com to find out if it exists.
There's no way it's not a website.
Hope you enjoy that booty on your phone.
Ass.com.
I'm saying, Pornhub seems to me like just the best porn site ever because...
Oh, it's not even like a real... This domain may be for sale. Yeah, click here. We could buy ass.com.
We don't have the money to buy ass.com.
Yeah.
Ass.com probably costs an astronomical amount.
An astronomical amount?
Thank you. That's what I was going for.
Yeah. Ass.
But you know...
fucking punch you in the ass.
You know how fucking disgraceful it is? No porn site is registered the domain for ass.com.
I want ass.com to be... the Not Your Average Otaku main page.
I don't think we need that.
Can you just imagine?
It doesn't need to be our main page, but I would like to own ass.com and have it redirect to our main page at some point.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fine. That'd be absolutely fine.
Or no. It's just a page that just has all three of us bent over. We'll have our pants up. The assxxs.com is going to be the one we have our pants down.
It'll have links to all our OnlyFans.
There you go.
Oh my.
There you go.
What do we need? 1,000 subscribers for that?
I think I just said 100.
Oh, well, fair enough.
I don't remember. You'd
What are
have
we
to
at,
check
12?
the tape back.
Do I count as one, considering I am one?
Yes.
I mean, it still counts towards our points. So
Fair enough.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like after having a conversation with Jay about someone in our lives, like
Was it Pat?
No, no. It's more of the,
me. That's why you didn't say who.
No, if it was you, I would have just said you because I'd put you on the spot because you're like literally here. But it's literally the whole being desensitized to normal porn, so you start looking at weird shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like I'm trying to think of like maybe the darkest hole I've ever gone down because I've never looked at anything disgusting because I can't even watch the fucking like Saw movies or anything like that.
Space porn.
Space. That's not even like.
Well, they're probably the
disgusting.
closest to going down a dark hole.
And so, completely sandbagging what he just said.
Fuck you, Jay. Hold up. No, I'm not gonna just sandbag it. I'm gonna straight up tell him you need to fucking go somewhere for a bit. Think about what you said, then come back.
I thought about what I said.
The fact that you thought about it makes it worse.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
No, it wasn't. I mean, obviously, for people who don't know me, I do need them to know that it's because it's not even a dark hole for me. It's just something that amuses me greatly. I do have a thing for clown pornography. So I wouldn't count that as the darkest hole I've gone down. Maybe, because I mean, I see furry stuff often. So that's not like a hole to go down.
I don't... See, that stuff has just been like, whatever, like... I don't know, I guess going to conventions and stuff, like, I'm, like, every time you see someone that's remotely hot, it's like, yeah, I could see you fucking. And you a furry, so, like, whatever. If you life away, bro. High five.
I drifted in and out there. Did you... What? What are you... Hold on, what? You gonna fuck a furry at a con? Is that what I just heard?
I mean, I wouldn't be against fucking a furry at a con. I refuse to wear the suit. I am too fat to be wearing that damn suit. I will sweat my balls off.
But would you fuck them in the suit?
You're gonna get yiffed upon. Someone's
I don't
gonna
know how
yiff
I
on
feel
top.
about that.
There would be yiffing involved.
My whole thing is physical contact needs to be made. Like, if there's just, like, a little, like, butt flap pouch where you're, like, going, where you get to do things, like, then I don't really see the point in it. Plus, I imagine it would be very sticky and dirty to get clean. And I don't know if you have to take that to a dry cleaner or not.
Well, I imagine they probably would. And I don't mean a dry cleaner, but I imagine there's, like, specific instructions that they pass along to each other to, like,
how to clean their fur.
dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They wear these things at cons.
Oh,
they
like-
gotta know how to, like, they know how to clean them.
Yeah, because they're not just going to show up with jizz stains on their stuff at a con.
It's not even about sex most of the time for them.
I mean, yeah, but we're talking literally in the sexual
we're
aspect
talking about
of
the
it.
sexual acts right now.
Well, right, but, like, I imagine those people take particular precautions. I would imagine there's probably lots of condom use. If only for the fact that it helps keep things less messy.
Condoms for losers.
I mean...
Okay. Well, then. What a great message.
I don't know what you're talking about, Patrick. I heard you was pro-choice as a motherfucker.
It doesn't mean I'm also have the choice to wear a
off.
condom, and I'm pro that decision too.
You gotta do the verbiage right. It's always mad pro-choice.
He's mad
pro-choice. Just so everybody knows, Pat is mad pro-choice.
The first time he ever said that, my first thought was, keep the children away from him.
The first time he said that, I was just crying and laughing because I thought it was the funniest fucking shit. The funniest fucking way to say it. Like, if he had just said, I'm pro-choice, I'd have been like, oh, cool, so am I. But he was like, nah, I'm mad pro-choice. And I was like, oh, God, shit.
It's contextual, because I'm pretty sure you were all trying to put on me that I was anti-pro-choice.
First
so
off,
I had to come back strong.
We would never try and put words in your mouth and make you feel awkward.
We never do stuff like
that.
that.
Mm-hmm.
You're just making, now you're putting words in our mouth, making us seem like assholes.
I've done nothing but love and support you, Patrick.
I would put something in your mouth.
Oh, it sounds like you're trying to put a can of beer in your mouth right now or something.
I knocked over an empty can,
it's a can
of
of
Diet
tuna.
Coke.
Diet Coke sounds more like Truly.
No, that was a Diet Coke can I knocked over. The Truly can's already moved away.
Ah, see, look.
Oh.
Goddamn alcoholic. With his goddamn...
2 cans of Trulies drinking
With
over
his-
a 3-hour period. What an
With
alcohol!
with his 90 proof Trulies over there getting crunk. What is that?
That would be baller. That was me laughing at you. I'd be
Oh.
baller as hell as I had a 90 proof, 90 proof Truly. Hell yeah.
There you go. Now we need to get some of that, the Mad Dog 2020. Get crunk like we used to back when we were like 20 and not supposed to drink, but we did.
First off, have you had
never
Mad
had
Dog
Mad
2020 anytime in the last 15 years?
Yes! I remember having it when we were at the townhouse for some
Fine.
reason.
It's gross.
It's not gross.
Yes, it is.
It's just alcohol that's like not great.
Yeah, it was like $4.
Yeah, exactly. It was $4 and it got you there.
Yeah.
Speaking of alcohol that's not great, I really been craving, like, trying to do Everclear again soon.
You lost
I don't
your damn
appreciate
mind.
that Everclear has come up like 2 or 3 times for me this week. I feel like
It's a sign.
It's fate.
it's fate.
That means
Fate.
you and Pat, and only you and Pat are meant to get crunk on some damn Everclear.
I think
No,
I
we're
might
gonna
be-
get some Everclear, and then we're gonna play a game of Pop and Shove.
Oh my.
For those of you who don't know, Poppin' Shots is playing the game Trouble, but every time you eat another player's piece, you force that player to drink an alcohol of your choosing. Well, to take a shot of that alcohol of your choosing. It is a fantastic game. It will ruin friendships. It causes vigorous sniffing. But it's always fun. So play it with your friends. And
I don't remember when I was 25 because of it.
yeah.
Play it with people you trust.
Well,
Unless
first
you-
off, drink with people you trust.
I agree.
Like, if you got alcohol and you ain't with people you trust, you making the wrong moves, baby. Like,
Yeah, that's just asking for trouble.
yeah.
Like
I
me
I get
speaking
drunk
personally,
in public all the time.
I
So.
know.
Yeah, you,
We
you shouldn't
know.
do that.
That's
Don't
bad.
get drunk in public, you weirdo.
I don't want to be
It's called
taken
a
advantage
bar.
of again.
I don't like bars. There's skeevy people in bars like you.
And they're expensive.
I'm not creeping on anybody. Thank
I
you,
didn't
unless
say
keep to
creeping.
myself.
I said skeeving.
Yeah, you're gonna skeeve and skeever.
Yeah.
The Winking Skeever?
Isn't that the name of a bar in Skyrim?
Is it Skyrim? Is it Skyrim or Morrowind? Not Morrowind. Oblivion.
Okay.
It's one of the two.
all I know is about the Whispering Eye. So
Gross.
Stop it.
what?
You can't just
But-
bring up the Whispering Eye and not tell the tale.
So now we don't need to tell the tale of the Whispering Eye.
We're-
Watch
we're
role
recount-
models.
I would say recount the movie role models. for me,
Exactly.
please.
Yeah, just go watch the
What
movie
we've
role
gathered
models.
here today to do.
But so like
It's a good movie. We should just get off this and watch that.
no, we shouldn't do that.
You're right. We should get off this and watch Good Boys. Good Boys is great.
We already watched Good Boys this weekend without you. And it was fucking hilarious.
Oh,
We specifically watched it because you weren't here.
That's fucked up.
Happy birthday! We'd be so fucked up if it was his birthday right now. Happy birthday, motherfucker! I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I just need y'all to know that he is sitting here really hurt, with a really hurt expression on his face, mouth agape because he is so sad.
You know, I hope they don't even get the cancer out on Friday.
Damn!
I hope it just festers, because that's what this friendship is. Festering
Oh,
cancer.
Rude.
Like Fester's Quest?
No.
Stop.
Oh. There's pornography in that game.
Gross.
Fester's Quest?
Yes. Yeah.
You're not gonna elaborate? Like, I mean,
I don't know if I feel like I need to.
I
That's
guess
called-
you don't, but now that means I have to Google Fester's Quest porn.
Hell
That's something
yeah,
I'm not
you
wanting
do,
in my
'cause-
browser history.
I think it's made by Sunsoft, and I feel like they were known for like sneaking like weird pornographic things in their games that are like hidden and hard to get to.
All I'm hearing is you're gonna make me waste a tab in incognito mode later trying to find this.
Incognito mode.
I don't need that in my search history, sir.
Whatever. The FBI is already watching.
Just
it.
I don't give a
just
damn.
just go to Pornhub and type in Fester's Quest.
I
and
will-
see what pops up.
I will not.
Oh
It's
my
bad
God.
enough there are people who legitimately upload like Let's Plays and shit like that to Pornhub, and I think it's one of the greatest things, yet the stupidest things in the world.
No. I'm just imagining it's just a bunch of dudes dressed as Uncle Fester just having a giant gangbang with each other.
Okay, and on that note, I always thought it would be a good idea, because you have you have these sites that are like myfreecams.com, where you get the cam girls and cam guys,
And
cam people
myunclefester.com.
who, strip, or, just even talk to people and they get donations. And then you have Twitch and,
Fester.
then you have YouTube Live, or whatever they call it. And to the lesser extent,
Livefester.com.
what is that Microsoft one called?
Mixer.
Mixandfester.com.
What you need to do is
Punch
mix.
him in the mouth for me, please.
No, he's too busy thinking about Fester porn, and I don't want to touch anything involved with that.
Thinking about Fester getting like gangbanged, which is wild.
Furryfester.com.
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 So you take my free cams and you mix it with Twitch, and then you get people who are playing games, but then like have stipulations like maybe if you lose a life, you strip, or for donations you strip, but you're still playing the games. So it combines the thing of not having to sit there awkwardly when somebody's not donating on my free cams, and then they actually get the full gameplay of it. Why aren't we creating this website right now?
Because they already had it. It's called Chat Roulette, and everybody just jerked off.
That was not anything like that. Chat Roulette was
one. It really wasn't. Two,
You're
I'm
right.
pretty sure that's. I wouldn't be surprised if that's just not like. I wouldn't be surprised that's a category of video on like my free cams or something.
I mean, it could be now. I haven't been on
Yeah.
my free cams in a while.
I've never watched it.
I don't ever go on cam sites.
Shut your ass up.
No.
Lying.
I've watched,
You're
like-
lying.
I've watched, like, people that I know.
So have I.
What?
I mean, yeah, Pat, I watched you earlier today.
Shut the fuck up. I don't show cleavage. Thank you very much.
I was watching.
I don't know
Nor
if
do I
that's true.
show butthole.
First off, you show nothing but butthole.
I know, you an asshole every time I see you on
You
stream.
got that goofy looking mustache around your butthole.
Har, 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 har. I might shave it soon.
Oh God, thank you. The women of this world, thank you. Oh
Why
my
would you be
God,
such a
every
hater?
vagina in the eastern seaboard just got a little wet.
I wasn't
hearing
hanging
you
out with
say
them anyway.
you were going to shave your
Look.
mustache.
If you want to say it right, you gotta be like, "Why you hating, brother?" You gotta like put the brothers in there.
Oh, you mean get all Hulkamania on him?
What?
Pat's mustache finally killed him.
Yeah, I said you want me to get all Hulkamania on him.
That's right. You need to get all Hulk.
Here's what I'm gonna do, brother.
Oh my.
That's right.
The distortion.
The distortion of it all. But
They'll sound better on my end.
so alcohol. So Pat questions a lot of the time why we won't like drink with him and stuff like that. My
I
particular
don't question
reasons-
it. I know it's because y'all scared.
Yes, scared.
Because I don't want to get into a fight.
So my whole thing is, I loved drinking. I drank all the time, and then my life was ruined one night with something called vodka. Now, ever since the day I had vodka, like until the day I had vodka, never in my years of drinking have I ever had a hangover. Never, not one single solitary time. I woke up fine, feeling great the next day, would make breakfast, and then I had vodka, and the next day I had a splitting headache and threw up multiple times. I couldn't keep anything down. I felt like shit the whole next day. I've drank since then. Never had another night like that. Vodka is the worst invention on earth, and it makes me... I can't drink vodka to this day. It just gives me like a gag. I gag when I smell vodka. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not a big vodka person either. Like, I if it's mixed into something well enough, I can get past it. But I would almost never would want to do a shot of vodka.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I can tequila. I can still stomach, only in small doses. Vodka, no. I can't mess with vodka anymore.
I generally drink whatever someone puts in front of me.
Yes, you do.
But
I mean, that's
my
me too.
thing is I abhor the idea of drinking not socially. Like, I will never drink by myself. It's just not a thing. I don't like drinking. I don't like the taste of alcohol. I don't enjoy it. I enjoy when we're in parties and we're all drinking and we're having a good time. Then it's like, yeah, I don't care. I'll let loose. Doesn't really bother me that much.
Oh,
Do you feel peer pressured into drinking?
You said parties.
Yeah.
What'd you think he said?
I thought he said a Hardee's.
Yeah.
Like,
dude.
I like,
You
my
know,
brain
you
was
know
rolling.
I
I was
can't
like,
go into a Hardee's without getting lit.
I mean, that's the only time anybody should be eating at a Hardee's.
I mean, like, I always feel weird getting, like if, me and a friend's going out to dinner or whatever, and it's just, like, two of us, like, okay, whatever, I'll get, like, a drink, but it's, like, I don't know, like, I'm getting the fruity shit that tastes great. Like,
First off, that's what I'm drinking when I'm at home. I don't give a damn what anybody says.
Yeah.
oh, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna, like, but when we're at home, we're having, like, a party or whatever,
Yeah.
I'll do shots.
Yeah.
Like, but, yeah, like, when everybody's over here and we're having a big deal, like, yeah, I'll do, like, a fuck ton of shots throughout the night, but,
Yeah.
you know, unless we're in that situation, I have zero desire to drink.
I
Like,
get that.
how about, hold on. I mean, the shots they make, do you think I go to places and just, like, order shots?
yes.
I know for a fact you have.
I like, not really, no. Like, sometimes, the closest I'll get is, like, a Jaeger bomb sometimes, but even then, that's not, like, doing it. Like, that's very different from doing a shot.
I could swear you've texted me before talking about being like at a bar and you having had like 6 shots. And I was like, holy
Irish
shit.
car bombs, but it's still technically a mixed drink.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, like if I'm, again, like, so there's some beers. It all depends on what the place has. If they have a kind of beer I like, I'll get one of those to sip on. But if they don't, rum and Coke, just an easy, nice sip on that for a bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, no, I don't like. I won't say I don't. I will get drunk at a bar. That ain't a question. I'm just not there like throwing back shots. So normally it's mixed drinks. Makes it a little easier to sober up when you need to. Because you're not getting that heavily hammered.
I don't know, man. I feel like, I guess, you know, it's my whole, like, I guess it's an anxiety thing. Like, I don't like drinking around people I don't know. It's the same weird thing of, like...
I don't like being around people I don't know.
Exactly. It's like, I already don't like being around people I don't know, so the idea of, like, drinking around, like, a bunch of strangers, like would make me very, like, standoffish. So I feel like that would cause me to get in a fight real quick.
Well, I mean, like... the few instances where me and you have gone to, like, other people's houses, like, the people we went to Votech with. We went to that party in Bowie. And it was, like, me and you and, like, 2 people we knew from Votech. And I was like, this is weird. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm drinking. Can we go? Like, that's kind of how I felt the whole night.
That was a fun-ass night, though.
I mean...
I'm thinking of the same night, because it could be a different night I'm thinking of. You talking about the night that Mike and Ray and them met us up there, right?
I don't think so. I thought
Okay, that's a different night then.
Yeah, I was trying not to use names.
Nobody knows Mike and Ray.
I mean,
that just don't mean nothing.
Fair enough. It was at Jeremy's house.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And someone ended up having a threesome in the back of a van.
This happened at the party I'm talking about, too. So, I mean, it could just be 2 different things.
Maybe.
Y'all, that's wild.
It was, first off, the reason for the threesome, it was one of their birthday, and they got a special treat, okay?
Yeah,
So,
it was his birthday.
Yeah.
It tis the reason for the threesome.
Yeah.
I mean, at least there's a reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was his birthday,
donate,
he got a
whatever,
special
have
treat.
Fun. I was like, that's one of the other defining things. I just remember it being like, kind of like, I don't know any of these people. This is weird. I'm not drunk enough for this.
I don't know.
I mean, I get that
get
feeling,
that.
but normally, like,
I feel like, but
it's like
I'm not
social
drunk enough
anxiety.
for this.
Yeah, it's
Let
definitely
me
social
fix that
anxiety,
as quick as I can.
But I mean, in I guess it's a comfort thing with that though, because obviously we were all 3 there. There had been Otakons where we are, and I mean, I'm sorry for any people who are gophers at Otakon who are listening to this, but we sneak in water bottles full of tequila, and we know how to keep it on the low and pass it around. So we would be fucking getting crunk in there, but I guess even despite the fact that there's a bunch of strangers around. I guess it was still fun to get drunk because knowing y'all were there, with me and stuff like that.
But also I think the atmosphere is different.
Yeah, it's definitely
when I go to Otakon, I know I'm going to be around a bunch of
Like-minded
my people. Like,
Yeah.
like-minded. Like, yeah. Be like, these people, I assume that we are on... I mean, obviously not everybody, but I assume that we are on the same moral spectrum.
No, well, that is our privilege as men to think that. Yes.
You're right. And you know what? At those times when we did have the girls around you, we were very protective of them,
course.
and we made sure
Absolutely.
to take care of our people, and we even took in other girls that were around us that needed to be like watched over. We did that. We had our little herd circle.
That was so. Just to go off on a little tangent of that. Yeah, that was. I remember it was like a strange thing because some strange shit happens in the raves all the time at Otakon.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, literally, this girl comes over to us and is like, "Yeah, this guy's being creepy. You mind if I like hang over with y'all for a while?" So we're like, "Yeah, fine." And like me, Jay, I want to say Rob, and like we all like like surrounded her and like made sure the dude couldn't get near. And then we like tried to. We just kind of like mean mugged the motherfucker until he like left.
So,
yeah, it's just so fucking
We're
crazy.
just gonna be a bunch of giant dudes around you. Come on, dude.
Yeah,
Like, bring it.
it's so fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
How many times I've been asked for drugs, and I'm like, I don't do drugs, and they're like, what do you know
I
about it?
asked for drugs at Otakon. That makes me sad because I've had people at fucking my job ask me if I sold drugs,
Dude,
and I'm like, dude, do I look like someone who sells drugs?
at least 3 different times I've been asked for drugs, and it was the second time where I realized like how unfamiliar with drug culture that I was. I didn't mean to say drug culture like that because I know it's not even like a heavy drug. So I don't really know what the fuck it does for anybody anyway. But somebody comes to me and goes, "Do you know where Molly's at?" And I'm like, "I don't know who the hell Molly is." And it wasn't until like I forget who was with me, but they told me that Molly was a drug, and I was like, "Oh, I had no clue. I thought she was just some chick they knew and thought I knew her. I have no clue."
No, I've been like,
That's funny.
First off, babe, Molly Ringwald will always be in my dream.
Really, Molly Ringwald?
Yes. You know
Jay,
Molly
there's
Ring-
so many
you
times
know
where I have to
Molly
tell you
Ringwald
to stop
can get it.
exposing our age on this podcast.
First off,
don't know.
she
Pat
was the
don't know
mom-
who Molly Ringwald
She was
is.
the mom on Secret Life.
Pat, who's Molly Ringwald?
An actress. That's all I got for you. I
That
know
is
the
it.
name. If I saw the
Patrick
picture, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I think that's her. But I couldn't describe her to you. Does she have brown hair?
Now actually red hair.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see, and
she's probably what you had. What Lucio Ball is probably the most famous redhead of all time.
Absolutely.
Molly Ringwald's probably the most famous redhead of the '80s.
Yeah, definitely.
She was in what all the Howard Hughes movies, right?
Yeah, she was in Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club.
Club.
Oh, okay. I know.
16 Candles.
Nailed it.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. I do love the weird Otakon rave stories. Pat, you ever get asked for drugs at the rave?
No, I haven't.
Did you ever ask for drugs?
Well, now it's a damn
No.
racial thing, and now I'm offended.
No, see, but that's what I first. That's why I was laughing at the beginning because I was like, "Oh, there's a reason that's happening. It's not a good reason."
Yeah, I know, right?
No.
I mean, hold on. Just to partake a second. My dad tried to sell you crack. Or
It wasn't
cocaine,
crack. It was
whatever.
cocaine. Yes.
Whatever.
He didn't cook it yet, so it was
Whatever.
just cocaine.
My bad. I'm just saying, that's the kind of relationship we have.
To be fair, it's like, and I know it's not even just because I'm black. It's because the way I'm black, the way I dress, the way I talk, and the way my hair is. So it looks like I've obviously smoked a ton of weed in my life. And then every time I'm like, no, literally, I've never smoked weed. I've never done a drug. People just look at me and squint their eyes, and I'm just like, well,
True.
this person
You're
never
giving
done
a
weed.
lot of white people a lot of credit that I don't know if you need to be giving.
What that they
Because you're trying to be like, oh no, these white people are asking because it's more than just because I'm black. I was like, I've talked to a lot of white people. It might just be that.
that too, but it's also been an obscene amount of other races that have asked me in my lifetime. So it ain't just white people on that one.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, the number of times that you've been asked if you're selling drugs is probably equal, if not less, than the amount of times I've been asked if I was gay.
Are you?
I'm not answering that on this.
I mean, this is the time to answer.
We accept you no matter what. Jay.
Yeah, this is a
you
safe
are what
space.
you want to be.
No, I would say that I am definitely straight, but I appreciate pretty guys.
I think we can all say we
I have
appreciate
no
pretty guys.
reason, like, I have no qualms to be like, damn, dude, like, what the fuck is even wrong with you? How did you get that pretty?
See, my issue is I'm a straight narcissist, so anybody who thinks I'm pretty, I like. So that's just my whole thing.
Oh, everybody who thinks I'm pretty, I don't believe. I assume they're trying to fucking get something out of me.
Maybe it's your penis, though.
Well, I mean, I'm not mad at that.
Or they're trying to get something into you.
That too.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about that.
The love of Jesus, they want to put it in your heart. They're just trying to get you to join their religion, Jay. Come on,
Yeah,
what
so
do
that's
you
why
think I was talking about?
That's when they give you those little pamphlets, man. You know, with the stupid little comics in them.
Oh, the little
Chick tracks.
horrible.
Yeah.
Talk about things before my time.
Okay, those things still exist. We got one on our door here like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. I mean, not lately, because, you know,
I mean,
the
Kobe.
miasma.
I mean, yes, the miasma.
Yeah.
Coheed and Cambria are
Yeah.
playing a really big concert.
Yo, so
Really big concert.
So speaking of the miasma, they tested me for the miasma earlier today for my surgery this week. It was weird.
Because they shoved something down your nose until it went into your throat.
I mean, no, they like touched it to like the very back of like my eyes,
Ugh.
and they did it twice, one in one nose and one in the other one, and like as soon as they did it,
You have
like,
two noses?
Yes.
but like my eyes just watered like horribly. It looked like I was weeping, but I was like, oh my god, my eyes won't, and it did it for like the entire trip back to work.
Did it hurt?
I was like, good god.
Like when they did it hurt?
It was pressure. It didn't hurt, but it was a pressure that I didn't like, and the fact that my eyes wouldn't stop watering afterwards was just, that was the part that I was like,
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those. I feel like it's not a hurt.
Touch the back of your eye?
I don't think so.
No, because I don't think it actually went to the back of his eye. You know how it's how your sinuses like run
It
super
probably
deep.
just like pushed against my tear ducts or something.
Yeah, I think it's that whole thing of you have a part of your body that's never been touched, and then it got touched. You know, it's that whole weird thing.
I have more
like
than
the
just
first
one
time-
part, let me tell you.
Well, I mean, yeah,
So like the first time someone sticks a finger in your butt.
like the first time somebody sticks a finger in your butt. Yeah, it's like, oh, this is weird. I've never been that in there before.
I didn't cry that much when that happened. There were tears.
Is this a real story, or are you just saying things? He's just saying things. Okay, moving on. So I was trying to segue earlier, but then we started to move into Jay's butthole touch. So
I will do everything in my power to move away from Jay's butthole.
thank you.
First
So
off,
we were talking about con stories, as that was going to be.
is that what we were talking about? I thought we were talking about porn
Yeah, we were at the
sites.
rave. Remember, he had set up the
Yeah.
perfect transition from going from alcohol to alcohol at the rave,
Yep.
and drugs at the rave to,
Yep.
and then you were like, yeah, but you know what though?
They touched my asshole.
No, they touched the back of my eye, and it was worse than when they touched your
Yeah,
asshole.
yeah.
It was.
So Jay.
Clear eye from your brown eye.
Oh God. So
Brown eyes, white dragon.
stop it! Don't encourage him. Why do you do this? So Jay, besides,
Hold on, I got beef. Blue Eyes White Dragon isn't white, he's blue.
he's silver.
He's silver.
It's not white!
He's silver.
Yeah, and the luster dragon looks like a rock. It's not very lustrous. Or lustery?
Are y'all getting picky about Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
He brought it up.
I mean,
brought it up.
I've seen a lot of Kaiba recently because of the PS5, so I was thinking about Blue Eyes White Dragon and how I hate. I love its look. Its name is bad.
I feel like that's just racism.
Maybe, but I am.
How do we
I'm
know that
white.
the obnoxious Celtic Guardian is obnoxious?
Because he's an asshole. That's how we know.
So anyway, con stories?
This motherfucker right here. So, a habit that our dear anime Jay here used to have before our sir Frizzly came along was he used to go to cons. And anime Jay is a very, despite what you may hear from him and assume about his personality, he is actually a very kind and nice person. Especially if you look like you're not having fun somewhere you should be having fun.
Hold up, real quick. I just want to say, what you just said was, Jay was really, really nice before he started hanging out with me.
I mean...
No,
kinda.
we were hanging out then.
Oh, no, this is before we even met Pat.
Okay.
This is happening...
Oh, I thought you were talking about you. Okay, fair enough.
No. So this is like
That
stuff...
is true. Pat did kind of ruin me.
Pat didn't ruin you.
Good.
And
The
not
feeling's
even in
mutual.
a fun way.
So we would go to
love
Otakon
you.
back when we were like in our like teens and stuff. And he would, if somebody looked like they weren't having fun or their friends abandoned him to go do something and they were just sitting there, he would have to go and strike up a conversation with them. And after he struck up a conversation with them, he'd be like, come hang out with us. You know, just come do some stuff with us. And that ordinarily would be fine. Except as soon as Jay brought them over to our group to come hang out with us, Jay was like, okay, there's this thing I want to go do. And they would fucking take off, leaving this person with us, who we've said 2 words to, and he just fucking would take off, and we're stuck with this person. We're like, who are you? We don't know you, and you're obviously sad, and now you want to talk about you're sad, and we're trying to have fun.
Yeah, he didn't fuck with my happiness.
Yeah.
So the reason this stopped, do I fill a sad void?
Yes.
Fill this void permanently now?
Absolutely.
Pat, you're not sad. You're depressing. There's a difference.
God, is that worse?
They don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Patrick is a very sweet soul who needs to get over his own hubris and break his shitty moral code a little bit and have some fun in his life.
I'm pretty sure Pat is the epitome of that video game series that people like, Dark Souls.
He puts everything on hard mode for no reason.
Overly hard and difficult with a dark, hateful soul full of death.
Good God, damn!
I don't think that's the case. I'm a pretty nice person.
You are a very nice person. You are a very nice person who makes things hard for himself.
I mean,
yeah,
sometimes that's a
that
very useful skill when you've been single a long time.
What? Making things hard for himself?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I don't even remember if how far does the beginning of the podcast go back? Is me talking about downloading a visual novel here?
No, that is not on the podcast.
Okay.
If you would like to put it on the podcast.
That's going on the end of the
that's
podcast.
That's up to you.
God, no. Everybody can hear about our love of like visual novels on another podcast in general. That we could fill a topic with that boy. I know I could anyway. I played a lot of random visual novels over the years.
The first visual novel I've ever completed was Tofu Boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah, I've never completed
really?
First one I completed was a Love Hina one that was on Newgrounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think I made you play it. I don't think you beat it, but I know I made you play it.
Possibly.
Oh, he beat it all right.
What was that?
That was
me making a joke about you beating it?
Has somebody tickling
Jay
you?
beating it particularly?
He's gone out. I'm sure he's talking.
His mustache
For those
killed
of you
him.
listening to the actual podcast,
Hello?
you can probably hear Patrick talking. We cannot at this moment.
Yeah, it's probably something sexual.
You can't. Wait.
We're back. We're back at it.
Patrick.
Hello? Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Patrick.
I can hear you.
Okay, now we can hear you again.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That happened last week, too.
Yeah. Internet is failing.
Internet sucks. But yeah, so going back to con stuff, Jay used to leave us with these weird people. And I remember one dude in particular.
Was it the one that I left y'all at the karaoke?
Yes, that guy. So this dude was particularly sad because his friends like left off to like go run off somewhere else, And then slowly after Jay like took the fuck off and left us with this guy while we were sitting there listening to karaoke, we realized why his friends left him. It was because the dude was kind of a super prick. Not only just a prick, but he was saying some really chauvinistic stuff towards the ladies that are in our group.
Oh, God.
And it got to the point where me and him got into a confrontation, and then the girls left, and it was just me arguing with him for a second. And I was like, wait, why am I here? And I remember just getting up and leaving, and he's like, you're not even going to finish talking to me? And I just looked at him, and I was like, nah, and just kept going out the damn room. Because the dude was just a freaking prick. And I was like, good God. And I remember finding Jay later on, and I was like, you asshole.
Speaking of random Otakon dude who was a prick, if you are him and you're listening to this podcast,
screw you.
Hey, Chirpy Haps would like to offer his apology and would like
No,
to
I
become
wouldn't.
your friend.
I got an apology for you. It's called my asshole. Put your nose to it so I can fart hard.
Wow. Wow. That's real rude. That is not the kind of inclusive, loving atmosphere I want to have.
I'm not even going to sit here. No, you know what?
He said he was a chauvinist. We don't want those people here.
He could have
Fuck you.
evolved.
You're
This
a
was like
chauvinist.
12
Fuck
years
off.
ago. He might be a Snorlax.
I'm not going to sit here and also pretend like I am the most righteous person on earth, that I am the most all-accepting person on earth. I try to be. I am still learning.
I mean, you are
I am
pretty
learning a lot of things. I don't know a lot of things. I am from a sheltered small-ass town called Dog Patch, which people didn't know shit about shit. So I'm still learning, and I'm not going to sit here and put myself on a moral spectrum so somebody finds some shit about me that I farted on somebody when I was like in 3rd grade or something like that, and I look like an asshole for the rest of my life. So no, don't put me on a moral high ground. I already assume that I'm an asshole.
We know.
So that way, when you find out that I like pissed on somebody's cat, that you don't be all like, oh man, I thought he was a good guy. I don't think I did, but I remember threatening to do it a lot.
Man, I thought you
yeah,
were a
we
good
watched
guy.
the
What the hell?
How fucking dare you?
Bob Kelly goes to jail. I'm gonna piss on your cat.
I've threatened to spit on a lot of cats.
I've used to
Also,
tell
a lot of
Spit on
people-
a lot of people.
Well, that too. I've also threatened to spit on a lot of felines.
Stop.
What?
I used to threaten to piss on
Stop.
people's doorknobs.
Don't spit on somebody's doorknob.
I said piss on people's
Oh,
doorknobs.
fair enough. That's fine.
Who pissed on a Taco Bell?
That would be Jay.
I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
So con stories.
Yeah, one time at a con, I pissed on a Taco Bell.
That wasn't at a con.
It wasn't. It was in La Plata.
Why are you telling all these lies?
Well, his life is a con, but not
Yeah,
a convention.
That's true. My
But
life,
an actual
my
con.
life is just one big con.
I'm just saying, he got one more damn lie. First, it's a damn finger up his butthole. Then he talking about,
First off,
Uh-oh.
Uh,
that might not be a lie.
is it a lie?
What?
Are
I'm
you lying
clearly
about
asking
lying
you.
now? Hold up. Did the lie become that you lied about lying?
Yes.
It's
a lot of
called
lying.
it's called
Where's all the love?
there is a lot of love.
Pat, what was your first con?
Pat, what was the first
Was it
time someone
was
stuck
it
a finger in your
Otakon or was it
butthole?
like a Magfest?
My first convention would have been PAX East.
Oh,
The
yeah.
very first PAX East.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, because you went to
Yeah.
the first one and the third one, right?
Yes, I went to the first and the third. I only remember so much about it. I do remember having lots of fun. I got to meet a lot of like industry people at the time that I looked up to, whether it was a games journalist or like people who worked at Harmonix. It was really cool. It was really neat. It was big because it was PAX, and PAX was already huge.
And you
But
got,
it was
you
still,
got kidnapped by like grown ass people, right? Because you're like
yeah,
12?
well, so I had friends in high school who were like already like grown adults. Well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure older than I am now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Now, before anybody thinks my mom is a bad parent or anything, we had, when I went to check out a school in Vermont, they had drove up to, like, because it's the closest I'd ever been. They were in Massachusetts, the closest I've ever been to them, and they drove up to say hi and hang out, and they met my mom and everything, and so that was cool and fun. And then so when I went up there, I stayed went like a week early, and was like I stayed at their house for a while and hung out, which again, like, I give my mom a lot of credit for trusting me and trusting them to that point, because thinking about if I would ever let my kid do that seems wild. But, I mean, whatever. It's one of those things that I'll have to be like, I did some weird shit, so I gotta trust that my kid's on the up and up.
Yeah.
To be fair, our parents, like, tried to sacrifice us to Baltimore.
Yeah. I mean, because, we first went to our first Otakon,
we were
14?
Yeah.
14, yeah.
And, yeah, our parents just fucking shipped us to Baltimore. Like, didn't give us a ride. We took a ride with your aunt to D.C., took a train from D.C. to Baltimore, and then your uncle picked us up at the train station.
Yeah.
And then just dropped us off at the convention center.
Yeah.
The first time I'd ever been to Baltimore, by the way. And we're just like, oh, I'm just a country boy in the big city now.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Did
So
you
like,
have
I
a
guess,
hotel?
and in a way, to me, that was like super. It was cool and fun because it was like we were at that age of wanting to like actually be independent, but our parents were still super worrisome anyway. So it was like
and we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah, and their cell phones weren't a thing. We literally had walkie-talkies, like these shitty walkie-talkies.
We did have walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I like got these like super shitty walkie-talkies. I don't think I think the range on them was super short too. Maybe like 50 feet.
Did you all have a hotel?
But yeah, we ended up using those when we were going around the convention center.
We one of the first things we did is we set up like a designated spot that we called our spot in the Baltimore Convention Center, and that was our meeting space in case we ever got split up. We could just go back there.
A good old chill spot.
Yep.
Did you all have a hotel that time?
That
oh, you said something about a hotel.
Sorry.
What'd you say?
Did you all have a hotel that time?
Patrick.
God damn it! Can you hear me?
You just.
That was
Hello.
So I don't know if you said what you said, but all we heard was, well, a hotel, silence, and then.
Did you all have a hotel that time?
Okay, it's lighting up saying that he's talking.
Did you all have a hotel that time?
I'm so sorry.
This is going to be horrible audio.
I know. I said it's going to be horrible for everybody on the podcast because, like, literally, like, there's a spot when I was like editing the last one, and you can clearly hear you talking, but then me and Jay interrupt you, like, "Hey, Pat, are you there? Like, we can't hear you."
So I'm assuming you can hear me now. Did you all have a hotel?
No, we stayed with my uncle because he literally lived like 2 minutes from the convention center. Like, it wasn't long at all.
Okay.
Yeah, my uncle was cool as shit, and we got to like stay in his basement, and his basement was like had like a little TV down there, couch.
First off, he lived in a pimp cave.
It was a pimp cave.
We had a pimp cave that we stayed in that weekend. But one of the most random fun things, it was me, you, and Rob. I think it was the Saturday. We woke up late, so we basically just threw clothes on and went to the convention center. And in our bags, we all had our toothbrushes, and we went in the fucking bathroom and brushed our teeth. And in the fucking convention center, I was just like, I mean, you can't start your day without brushing your teeth, right? And I was just like, we're some fucking nerds.
I mean,
it was adorable. Just thinking back on that, it's like, aw.
Yeah. Man, those days before con prep, though.
Oh, well, we did. That was our first con.
I know. So we didn't know about, like, needing to prep and stuff, because, like, when we get there, we're, like, waiting in the ticket line. There's people with, like, fucking fold-out chairs and stuff. Those are the pros. Like, even to this day, we don't do all that shit, because there are people who just get them little fold-out chairs and just throw them down and just be sitting there for hours.
First off, I'm too fat to be sitting in one of those super light fold-out chairs, and I ain't carrying around a goddamn fold-out chair, 20 miles around a convention center all day.
Amen. Did we lose you again?
No, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I'm just thinking about... I only ever had to do that line once, and thank goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, it's... The whole thing was, like, even the years where we had to, like, where we pre-ordered or stuff like that, you still had to go in and, like, go wait in the pre-order line on a Thursday or something. The worst year, I think it was the year you went. You went the year the computers, like, straight up shut down that Thursday, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't. So the only times I've ever remembered having to wait in line, my very first time going to Otakon, and I went on a Friday. I was like, oh, okay. And then every other time since then, I've gone on Thursdays or done mail. As soon as they did mail, I've done mail, and I've never not done mail since they did mail.
Yeah.
Good point.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember a particular time, but again, like, some of that stuff is just so blanked out for me, but I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think I did. If I had to guess, I would say I didn't, because I feel like I would remember that.
Right.
More than just having to regular wait in line.
Okay. Because I would say, like, I just thought you were there. It was like 1 year, one of the last years at the convention center. I think it was like the second to last year at the convention center. Like, literally, the computers, like, shut down, and, like, their internet was out, and there was people waiting on that Thursday to come pick up, like, their pre-registration or just straight up buy tickets. And then there were artists, because Captain was with us, and she was selling that year, and she couldn't get in through the artist line because they were everything was still so backed up. And we ended up waiting out there for like 3 hours, and there have been people who were there for like hours ahead of us.
It was especially rough because Captain actually took all of her stuff that she was going to be putting up
so she could
in
set up.
Artist Alley so we can get it set up. So we were carrying all that stuff in like bags and like such like through the line.
Yeah.
And it was like some heavy ass shit.
Yeah,
and it got hot, and I just remember feeling sick. And then after we finally got it done, I think you went back to the hotel room, and I went downstairs to help her get it set up. Because I know I was there when she set it up.
I think we both set up.
Did
I definitely helped set up.
Okay.
But it was I just remember being super shitty because I mean when we talk about hot, I mean Pat, you know this. It's Baltimore, which is in the inner harbor. And so it's not just hot. It was like 90-something degrees and humid as shit.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, so like...
It's not like they moved to a better city.
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like just hot. You're drenched in sweat because humidity just makes you sweat like crazy. So there's like beads of water going down you and your clothes get soaking wet. And then all of a sudden... You get in a convention center, and all of a sudden that air conditioner kicks on, and you're like, oh, this feels great for 10 seconds, and all of a sudden you just feel wet liquid all over you, and you're like, ugh, now I just feel sticky and gross.
Remember the year that I almost killed my fucking self? Speaking of
Oh, yeah.
Because I, like the smart genius that I am, decided to buy, like, I think was a Safeway or whatever was doing 10 for 10 fucking Gatorades.
Yeah.
So I didn't pack like actual water. I just drank Gatorade the whole fucking weekend, which just made me sweat. And I just kept on getting more and more dehydrated. And then by like Saturday, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die. And then you guys were like, have you drank anything besides Gatorade? And I'm like, no, that's all I brought. And then you like hooked an IV of fucking water into me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I'm a people.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay to be stupid, kids.
Always drink water at conventions.
Oh yeah, water
Please
is
drink
water is
water.
king.
Water is absolutely king. How many different conventions? Like, and now I mean like, you know, anime gaming. Like literally, like I've been to MagFest, Otakon, Anime USA, Katsucon. Have I been to any other conventions for that? I think those might be it.
We talking local cons too?
Yeah, local cons count.
Alright, then.
'Cause I don't even think I've been to any of the local cons.
Yeah, MagFest, Katsu, Otakon, Anime USA, Otakon, I don't know if I said that. Yeah.
You did.
Okay, NecoCon, Pittsburgh Comic Con, the Charles County Comic Con, Hagerstown Comic Con, or sorry, Tri-County Comic Con up here.
Oh yeah, I
That's
forgot
what
about
it's
that.
called. And yeah, that's all I can think of as far as like nerd cons.
So, Otakon, Katsu, Mag, Charles County, PAX East, and I think that's it. I don't.
Like,
GameStop
okay.
Managers Convention. Oh, what didn't you hear from me?
We last heard Mag.
Mag? Okay, so Oda, Mag, Katsu, Charles County, PAX East, and then you don't get the same delivery I had for this one, and it was good delivery. Listen back on it. It's great. But the GameStop manager convention.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to a couple of them, right?
No, one. I just went to one.
Oh, yeah, I guess you were only a manager for one of those years.
Mm-hmm.
Those cons, I mean, I heard they're fun. I would actually have gone to one.
I had just become manager before, so I was a store leader during 2 of them, but you have to be a store leader during an earlier part of the year to get registered and stuff for it. So if you become one after the registration stuff's done, you can't go.
Yeah. And I always heard those were fun-ass conventions, though.
It was okay. It was more fun being there with another store manager I really liked, and like just shooting the shit when we had free time, because otherwise all the actual like work stuff is just bleh.
Was that when we were at the townhouse, or was that before?
That would have been after. I would have been in Hershey at the time.
Okay, I guess. Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
Because I moved up there because I got store leader.
Right.
Leader.
Yeah, no, that was one of those conventions I always kind of wanted to go. Man, just kind of bullshit around. Not even because of like the people there. It would just been like, I would like to spit on Kevin Pereira.
I did get to see Kevin Pereira. I was relatively close to Kevin Pereira. What killed me was, so I got to meet Dolph Ziggler. However, the day before, Kurt Angle was there, and the day after, Alexa Bliss was there. And I would have rather have met either of those people.
Why didn't you get to meet them?
Because, so, the day we got to go to because this is after GameStop already tried to turn it into the GameStop Expo, and that was a full convention for everybody. So, store managers only got particular, like, you had an assigned day in there, where you're only in there for like a couple hours. But the thing is, it's you and a couple other 100 store leaders, so it's not like you're waiting in long lines for anything. So you can, like, I got done and left before our time was up. But I'm trying to think what was there the year I went. PUBG on Xbox was there. Super Mario Odyssey was there. Shoot. I'm trying to remember what PlayStation had. PlayStation had Detroit Become Human and
Uncharted 4? Or was that already out?
I think Uncharted 4 might have been already out. Detroit Become Human and I think The Last Guardian.
Oh. Okay.
Last Guardian.
Yeah.
Meme trash.
I mean, the main thing I was excited, I waited in line for Mario. Mario was awesome. I played some Xbox stuff. I got like a Forza shirt because I think Forza 7 was coming out that year. Because I had the car there, and that was cool. I got to see the cover car.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, because since I've never been to like many like strictly like gaming conventions, like where they show new games and stuff. I'm trying to think, like I've played plenty of stuff at MagFest. I'm trying to think if I've played any game before it came out.
We played Default Dan.
We did play Default Dan.
We played that before it came out.
Because like most of the time when I'm at MagFest and stuff, I would try playing like whatever was free. Honestly,
didn't we play a Mario game at Otakon last year?
Mario.
That we actually got.
Oh
free
yeah,
Mario
played Mario Maker, but it was out.
No, it was Mario Maker 2,
2,
wasn't it? I thought we played Mario Maker 2 because they had it at Otakon last year early.
No, I think it was Mario Maker 1. I remember seeing those booths and being depoised.
Mario Maker 1's not on the Switch, and I don't think we were playing on a Wii U.
And yeah, because I'm pretty sure the car was in there, and I don't think that's in 1, is it?
Then it was out already. I remember specifically being disappointed in this booth, and a game not being out, playing it, I would have been disappointed.
Yeah.
I remember the only thing I found exciting at that booth is that the Nintendo rep was the one we had at GameStop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it was awesome. Because when I saw him, I was like, I wonder if he recognizes me. I saw him like 100 times, but no, I'm not going to pretend.
That would have been awkward if he recognized you.
Why would it have been awkward?
Because he saw like 1,000 of y'all.
It would have been, well, yeah, it would have been better if it would have been if Jay was like, "Oh, hey man, what's up?" He's like, "Do I know you?
Do I know you?"
Yeah, we made out like 4 times.
Now, see, that would be especially awkward. Yeah. Shit, that would have been especially awkward if you actually hadn't made out with somebody like 4 times, and then they go, "Who are you?"
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's mortifying. I'm pretty sure that's the proper word.
Mortifying.
Did you just make a Rick and Morty reference?
Maybe.
Like
But yeah, games I've played before release at cons have Duke Nukem Forever.
Proud of yourself?
Yes, because it saved me $60. That wait in line is one of the I was like, that was worth it.
Fair enough.
Gears 3. I got to play that before there was ever even like a multiplayer beta or anything on Xbox, which was really cool. Because I was a huge Gears person at the time, and I like literally like recorded my whole match and like sent it to my friends. Charlie Murder, which was an Xbox Live Arcade game. More recent, there was a indie game that came out called One Step from Eden. It's like a Mega Man Battle Network style game, mixed with like a roguelike. That's actually really good. But I got to play that at the last 2 MagFests. So I played it 2 years ago, and then last year, or this year technically.
Yeah.
This year? No, last. Did I go to MagFest this year?
you did, because you said you went to the last con of the year.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Yep. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
I did go. I remember now.
Because you said multiple times that you went to the last con of the year, and then you're probably going to go to MagFest next year, which will probably be the first con after the
Now,
Miasma.
if I remember right, because speaking on that subject, I think I saw that Dragon Con still going on.
Really?
Yeah, and Dragon Con, I think that's going to be like the first like big convention that will go on, if I remember right.
I do remember that, because I know several people on Facebook that are going to that, and I think is it still going?
I'm checking my
When's
facts
it
now.
supposed to be? Isn't Dragon Con normally in August?
It's like August, September, yeah.
Because I don't think regular PAX is canceled either, but I think they're gonna. I just think you need... Dragon Con is in Atlanta?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll let that happen, because I don't think Atlanta's opened up yet, has it?
I mean, I know they just shut the beaches in Florida down again.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Dragon Con right now is still going on. It's September 3rd through 7th.
I would love to go to Dragon Con, too.
No, I wouldn't do it this year.
Well, obviously not. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, what cons have you always wanted to go to? Like, what's your top con that you want to go to?
See, it used to be, was it Anime... What's the one in California? Anime Expo. But I've honestly, every time I hear about people going to Anime Expo, I just hear how it's like, it's just crowded and like, it's like full of like a lot of industry stuff. And well, then, you know, the recent whole thing of them, them doing the whole Black Lives Matter post, and then a former black guest spoke of a very harrowing experience she had with their upper staff.
Oh, God.
And then people defending... not defending the upper staff, but defending her, talking about, they saw what happened and it was fucked up. It's definitely second guessing that one now, but I feel like I would just straight up go to Japan and go to Comic-Con. I would love to go to Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. About you, Pat?
Once upon a time, it definitely would have been E3. That would have been it. That would have been, like... just everything. But that even now, like, even if it like was still going on this year, it's so split and there's so much side stuff, it's all over the place, versus instead of being focused in one area, that I don't think I'd want to. So I don't know. It's hard. maybe TGS just for the experience of that Tokyo Game Show.
Fair enough. Tokyo Game Show does show a lot of cool stuff. It's just, I know it's just I don't know how much I would enjoy TGS. Like I would enjoy being there for like the reactions for like a lot of big stuff, but I don't know. I just
see, I don't know, like all the because anytime I hear about games journos going over, it's you know, part of it is just the experience of getting to go to Japan, but then they also talk about how like some of the games you see there that don't ever actually see the light of day are some wild stuff.
yeah.
I think
that's where they premiered. Was it the Tutor VR game a couple years ago?
yes, Summer Lesson.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I forgot all about that game. Did it ever come out?
It did.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you can get on. I think it's what, PC exclusive.
Well, because there's two. No, I don't think it's. So there's two. There's Summer Lesson, and then there's the more, the
sex
porny one. Yeah, there's one that's porny and one that's not porny. But the one that wasn't porny, you looked at it and went, "Oh, this is for perverts."
I'm listening.
I mean, do you want to tutor a Japanese girl in English?
No.
Because they made a second girl who needs to be taught English. Wink.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wink. Wink, wink.
Oh my.
So perverts all over the world can really get in.
Well, I remember they made like a weird Senran Kagura one that came out exclusively on the Switch, and I was like, really? The Switch? And I thought that was super weird. Because it was like a Senran Kagura school simulator one. And I think the main character, like Asuka, was like the chick you get to like talk to or tutor or whatever. So I remember that was like weird. I can't remember how long ago that came out, but I don't even think it came out in the US.
We got to be careful. We're veering into visual novel territory, which we said we're
We
saving
are.
for another episode.
Saving for another episode. So con stuff.
Yeah. So
Coolest convention.
can I answer mine?
Didn't you?
Wait, what are you talking about? Answer
you
your
said
what?
Dragon Con.
What? I mean, that's not like the one I would go to over all other ones.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, you
I thought
threw it off to Pat earlier, so I thought you had answered already.
No. God, why do y'all do not?
Yeah.
Why
You
would
gonna
you
answer
let
the
me
goddamn
talk?
question?
I would probably say New York Comic Con. Anime Expo, just to say I did or experience it, but I don't think I would have fun there. I think New York Comic Con is probably the only big con nowadays that I can imagine would still be fun.
What about, like, you get a pass to get into any panel you want at Comic-Con?
I mean, that would be cool, but what is the likelihood of me getting that? Besides,
I
like,
would do that. That
jerking
would be
off
worth
Kevin
it.
Smith or something. I don't even think Kevin Smith has that power.
I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
I
not.
mean, that's the whole
Adam
premise
Savage
of the
seems to
question.
get everywhere.
I mean, probably, yeah.
I think I would probably do regular Comic-Con just to say I did.
But that's
I think
because
it would
he's
just be a
savage and he just fucking
clusterfuck.
threatens people.
I agree. Like, I think because Comic-Con and Anime Expo both like have over 100,000 people, like that in like a handful of buildings. That just sounds horrifying. Like, I would love to go just to do it, but
It's the same convention center, isn't it?
But yeah, I think New York Comic Con would probably be the best one for me because it's smaller but still big.
Same
it has a lot of
convention center,
industry
isn't it?
stuff. Kevin Smith goes every year. They normally have some really cool shit there.
Yeah. Pat, you there? Did we lose you?
I think I hear you. Like, I mean, I hear you guys off and on. I think it's you guys hearing me. That's the issue. I don't know if you heard my last question.
No,
No.
did not. I literally just heard you start talking.
I was asking if it was the same convention center for both conventions.
I don't think it is.
Don't know.
Comic-Con and Anime Expo.
Yeah, I would imagine Anime Expo's in a different one because Comic-Con's like the biggest convention.
Well, Comic Con's in San Diego.
Oh, that's right. You're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think-
Expo's in LA.
In LA.
Yeah.
You right.
You right? Yeah, but I think like for me, like I said, comic market, I think it would be cool. I know that one's like I think that one's literally the biggest convention in the world.
Yeah, if it's not the biggest, it's probably one of the biggest. Again, that would be one I would love to go to, but I feel like at least there I could be like, oh, I'm a foot taller than everybody else, so
Wow.
I'm
My thing with I'd love to like make it like I'd love to go for a day and like make it part of a larger trip, because after be like none of this I can only read the minuscule amount of any of this and understand the minuscule amount of it. It's cool to be here, to be able to say I've been here and done it, but I feel like after like a day I'd be like, okay, cool, now let me move on to the next thing.
yeah.
But I mean, good cons though usually have enough stuff for you to do every day, you know.
True. But I mean, we've had times at Otakon where we struggled to find like actual things to do outside of like chilling.
Yeah, but that's
true.
Yeah, but that I guess that's it's
That could just be an age thing now.
I mean, it could be an age thing, but there's also the availability thing, because one of the things that we used to be able to do at Otakon is like you go and it's like, oh, I can't find anything to do. Well, there's this random thing playing, and it's showing the first 4 episodes. But now it's like, I could watch that at home at Crunchyroll or Funimation or any of these other 8 streaming services I have. So we'll just go grab food or something like that.
Yeah, very true.
I do think there is some fun to be had, though, with even if it's a show you've already seen, just watching something with a large group of people
Absolutely.
who are all interested in the same thing.
Which
like
is
Cyborg 009, the original 60s version.
with the super racist depiction of Cyborg 008.
That was a great time.
That was a fun time.
That was a great time.
I will also say, watching, if you are over the age of 18, you should, just for once, if you get the chance, go into one of the hentai panels where they're actually showing a hentai and sit there and watch it, because it is just an experience in itself, because it's literally a bunch of people in a room joking around about the horrible things you can see in hentai, and it's beautiful.
Or worse, you can hear people literally growing in their pants.
I mean, I don't think I've ever particularly heard that.
I have heard many.
What does that sound like, JJ? Imitate that sound for me, please.
It's like
it sounded like a frog.
Yeah. That's a frog that's about to hop right at you, bud.
Pat, me and you need to like separately come up with a safe word for when we're shooting these podcasts when I'm here alone with Jay, so you know that I need help.
Just shoot something to DM me straight on Discord.
Yeah, because
First
I
off,
feel real unsafe
I'm
right
gonna
now.
need y'all to not pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Wait, I don't think we do. I'm sorry.
I don't.
Y'all are being monsters.
I
right now.
know. I don't think we are being monsters. I'm pretty sure you're being a.
I'm not weird.
Yep, you're definitely weird.
I mean, let's not even. You ain't gonna get that one over on anybody,
Yeah.
bud.
Oh,
So,
you're such a fucking weirdo.
wow. Is that how you feel?
So what's the? I've got some. I'm taking the reins here real quick.
hey.
That's
What
he
is
said.
the most excited you've been to see something at a con?
So, I can tell you this one easy. The most excited I've been. What?
Is this gonna make me sad?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Why?
because I was thinking it would probably be Kenshin.
Oh, what? Well, you just broke my goddamn heart, is what you did.
Because I remember how excited you were, and then literally we got there, found out he was too sick to come,
Yeah.
and then you were like broken up about it,
Yeah.
and then like 2 years later he came out as a pedophile and went to jail.
No, you didn't go to jail. What are you talking about? He didn't go to jail for that shit.
Oh, my bad.
So, all right. Yeah, hindsight is 20/20 now, but, guy's obviously a pedophile, but that was not known back then. Rurouni Kenshin is one of my favorite mangas of all time. I love the series. I've read it multiple times. And Otakon is one of the things that we've constantly, usually been our complaint about Otakon. They never get mangaka or manga authors to come to Otakon. You do get a lot of cool directors, you get a lot of cool composers, voice actors. Like, you get a lot of cool people to come to Otakon, but they rarely ever have any manga authors. And we've seen like Anime Expo, and even New York Comic Con had freaking Koshi, the dude who did My Hero Academia, and they had Kishimoto after Naruto ended. And Otakon never has manga authors.
And Naito, Yoshihiro Naito, the guy who did Trigun, literally came to like a small convention in Nevada.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was just like, why?
So, like, you get like all these cool manga authors who do occasionally get to come to the States between their work, and Otakon never just happens to nab any of them. So they get one, and it's like, for me, it's like my head explodes as soon as I see it's Watsuki, because I love Rurouni Kenshin. So I'm down. I'm primed. Ready for it. Get there. Oh, he canceled. He's sick. But his wife came, which is fine, because she brought like a lot of his like original sketches. So you get to see like a lot of his original sketches. You get to see like literal like mock-ups for when he was doing Kenshin and Busa Rinkin, or what is it called in English?
I thought it was Busa Rinkin.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's like Full Metal something, isn't it? Because I know it came out at the same time as Full Metal Alchemist. No, isn't it something Alchemist? I don't know, whatever the hell it's called.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the one where that dude transforms his sword, just like fucking Rave Master. But, yeah, so he brought like a lot of his original sketches from that, like, and so getting to see all those sketches and stuff was really cool, but, man, to get a hand-drawn picture by an actual manga author and then get it, like, autographed or something, I was so primed for that. I would have paid any amount of money that year for that.
You'd have sucked his dick.
I probably would have, but I would have found out that obviously I was too old, so that wouldn't have been good.
That's not. I shouldn't be laughing at that.
You should be laughing at that. You should actually be laughing at that, because that man broke my heart twice. Because not only did he break my heart by not showing up at Otakon, then you find out he's a pedophile, and once it came out that he was a pedophile, do you know what he had the audacity to say? He had the audacity to say, yes, I usually prefer girls around the middle school level, usually around 12 to 13 years old. He has a fucking preference, and he said it instead of like apologizing for his disgusting behavior of being like, I'm a shitty person. Like, he was like, yes, this is my preference. Fight me. And it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, come on.
Kind of makes you think about poor Masao.
I know. It's like I said, that man broke my heart twice. And I'm not even going to say that I'm a big person. I would have, if I had got his autograph, I would have ripped it up. I'd have still looked at it every day. It's just that I would have been like, I would have looked at it and just mentally spit on it. But I still would have kept it. But, yeah, man, that sucks so bad. But for a good memory, while Rurouni Kenshin is my favorite manga, Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime. So the stars aligned, and at an Anime USA, all the major voice actors, minus the guy who plays Vicious, gathered at Anime USA, and they had a huge panel where a huge autograph session where they were just doing signings and then talking about Bebop. So I took a poster there, and I have every single one of the voice actors' signatures on it. And the year, was it year after or before? It was either the year after or before.
I think it was the year before where we met Bloom.
No. Well, yeah, that was at Katsucon. We met him like the year before at Katsucon. So that was the year after at Otakon. Both Shinichiro Watanabe, the director for Bebop, and
Yoko Kanno.
Yeah, the director for Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Kids on the Slope, stuff like that. And Yoko Kanno, one of the greatest composers who did like Escaflowne, Bebop, Ghost in the Shell. She was there, so got both their autographs on it. So like that's like probably my greatest one of my greatest I don't know, it's a weird way to say it, but treasures. It's like probably one of my most prized possessions personally for me. So that would probably be like one of my greatest convention experiences, like literally just getting to meet all the Bebop voice actors and having them like sign that poster, because I was literally fangirling out, not gonna lie. I had no chill until there was this girl that was also in the line with us, and she said she never watched Cowboy Bebop. She was there because some of them did some characters in One Piece, and I wanted to spit on her and tell her to go watch Cowboy Bebop and get out of the line. But she was young, so she didn't know any better.
So you waited till after she finished, and then you spit on her.
No, I just
No,
chose
he's
not to
waiting
spit.
till she gets legal age, and then he's gonna spit on her. We've been over this.
Yeah, absolutely. To be fair, she probably was legal because she was young, but she wasn't like stupid young. She was like, I want to say she was like freaking 20, but she just like hadn't watched Cowboy Bebop. And I know it's understandable because I think around that time it wasn't playing on TV anymore because Toonami played it to death at one point. So
What year would this have been?
Ah, shit, dude, like 2012.
When she
Maybe.
was 20? She should have seen it. I saw it. She should have seen it. She had
Yeah,
plenty
no,
of
I agree.
opportunity. She was perfect age to watch that on Adult Swim at night.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely. But, still. So, what was yours, Jay?
My greatest Otakon moment? Or
Well, just
con moment?
Con, just
Yeah.
con in general.
See, that's kind of hard. I don't think, like, overarching, I can think of a great moment. I know that I have several small moments that mean a lot to me.
You don't have a most significant
You don't have a
moment?
favorite?
Okay, since you should have been thinking while my long-winded speech, we're
I
going
was
to let you
enjoying your
think.
story.
Oh, well, cool. Thank you. I appreciate you actually listening.
Yeah.
Pat, while Jay is thinking on it, what was your
So-
best moment?
So it's tough for me to pick. I think I would dub my number one to one which I've already talked on the podcast before, but going to be able to see the last 3 episodes of Orimo,
Yeah.
like world premiere, like before it was airing in Japan, before it was airing on here in the US, anywhere it had been shown before. It was being premiered at Otakon.
Yeah.
Like it was the whole reason I went to Otakon the very first time.
Yeah.
That and to see the third Ava movie because I did not know when I would ever get another opportunity. Who knew when that was actually going to release here?
Yeah, exactly.
So, which in hindsight was a good decision because it was a couple years later that it finally did.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scene that Orimo premiere. But to give a second, I was a big reader of the joystick websites, particularly like Xbox 360 fan site. There was joystick itself, large, and then they had a couple. They had one for like every console.
Yeah.
But the main people from Joystick, Chris Grant, Justin McRoy, and a few other people were leaving to start a different website called Polygon,
Yeah.
which is now still going and kicking in one of the big video game websites out there. But they had a panel at PAX East, and it was like them premiering like the name and the logo and everything of the website. And I was sitting front row for that with a couple of my friends and stuff there, and I just remember being so excited. That was so like cool. It was so like it was insidery because like you're talking about being fans of some writers on a website back in 2010, 2008. Versus now, where I think being a personality is a much bigger thing than it was then.
Yeah.
When it comes to being a writer on a website, so that was cool. That was a lot of fun. My biggest regret along those lines is I'm now really into Giant Bomb.
Yeah.
And like knowing at the time, like I was like, man, I could have been going to the Giant Bomb stuff at these things too, and like having missed out on that despite being in a position to be there. It's something I'm now like retroactively kicking myself about.
So just to give Jay like another second to think on it, one of the things that me and Jay used to have is every time we went to Otakon, we like didn't know shit about like anime music back then when we first started. Like we were like I said, we were like 14 when we went to our first one, so it just wasn't like a huge thing. Like the CDs weren't available at Suncoast like they were like after.
It wasn't like nowadays where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I really like this song. Like this,
wanna-
we had like 5 anime we ever saw.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh yeah, we didn't really pay attention to the music because we were so enamored with the fantasticness of it.
Yeah. And every year, Otakon had great musical guests,
Oh, yeah.
and we didn't find out what they did or the songs they did until after Otakon.
Like literally, our first Otakon, TM Revolution was there.
Yeah, and TM Revolution does the Rurouni Kenshin ending theme, the main one, Heart of Sword, does freaking the Soul Eater opening theme, did Gundam Seeds opening at the time. So it was like, he did like a lot of stuff that was like, oh shit, that's so cool. And like they had a free concert there and everything, just out of our minds. Just didn't even think about it. They had I'm pretty sure it was Flow there one year. The people who do Fighting
did.
Dreamers from
They
Naruto. Completely out of our minds and stuff like
Yep.
that, dude. It was so weird. So now it's like we always pay extra attention to the musical guests every year.
That's one of the main reasons why we started going to the opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
Because they like
Do mini concerts.
they did the
preview.
One Punch Man theme song.
Yeah.
They did that at the opening ceremonies, and that was hype as hell.
Freaking Jam Project, man.
Oh, dude!
Rocked it out.
And now I'm mad that I know that Jam Project does the music for freaking.
Super
Dude, I would have been so hyped to hear that live. Oh my,
Yeah.
you know how many times I've listened to that song in the last 2 weeks?
I know, right? Hopefully they come to another Otakon. They were really cool.
So that's actually the funny thing. So literally the 3 artists you just listed were all at Otakon in 2017. Flow, Jam Project, and TM Revolution were all at the very first one in DC.
Oh, really? I didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, Flow was at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty dope because like it was something that we used to always miss out on, and now it's just funny because like I said, learning how to convention was literally not a thing for us because the people who convention before us were all in their like 30s and 40s and we were like 14.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we went to our first Otakon, we were like the youngest people by way more than 10 years.
Yeah.
So it was like, this is strange.
We were basically learning on the ropes. And
Yeah.
nowadays, it's like there's younger people, but it seems like there's like a middle section there. Like, yeah, man, like this is the layout. I've been here like a million times. Like, I used to fucking know the Baltimore Convention Center by the back of
your
my
hand,
hand.
yeah.
Like, but
I think I'm starting to get that grip with the Washington Convention Center now.
I have it a little bit, but it's still kind of like if I'm there after like probably like after at the end of the day on Friday,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But still, because we don't really use those side corridors in the middle too often.
No, not too often now.
But so I kind of have 3 moments. 2 of them are kind of the same moment, but the first one is going to be, I believe, our second or third Otakon. I got Hiei's autograph, the voice actor for Hiei.
Yeah.
And there was, I can't remember who it was, and I actually tore up his autograph because he kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
Oh, God.
So I can't remember who it was, but it was on a poster. I think it was Kuwabara, to be perfectly honest.
Well, that's Chris Sabat.
It might have been him. All I know is at the time we were doing the, we were either doing or we were about to start doing our RPG that we did.
Yeah.
Like the one that you made.
Yeah.
So I had him sign it to Anime J. And well, the one person did it, and
I missed
graph
the
I have
story.
that's that old. And I still have it. It's on the screen. It's on a and it says to Anime J, the king, and he signs his name. Oh, Chuck. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Chuck Huber, or is that Hubbard?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's awesome. That hyped the hell out of me.
Oh, shit. He also did Android 17.
Oh, well, that's kind of fucking dope, too.
And
That makes
Tequila.
sense, because I remember everybody there was like Dragon Ball Z / Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 moments that are different but the same. The first moment is, I believe it was the last Otakon in Baltimore. They had everybody who from, they had the voice actor from Beck come back, and they did the Beck Project, and they did a concert, and they did it outside at a big venue right across the, like a 5-minute, the Matsuri area. And I know you guys showed up for a little bit of it.
I was there for at least Project Bex. Like,
I was
I'm
there
just-
for a hot minute because I was
Matsuri.
also right before that. I was
Yeah.
really getting into a podcast called Anime
Addicts Anonymous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Anime
I was there
Addicts
for Project
Anonymous.
Back's whole
I
set.
haven't listened to them in a minute, but I was super into them, and they were doing a meetup. They're actually coming up from Florida, namely to see that show.
Yeah.
And I was super hyped. So I got to basically have dinner with them, and then we all kind of stood together and watched that, and I was like, this is awesome. And I have a soft spot in my soul for Beck. It's
Really good anime.
It's a good anime. It's kind of hard to watch nowadays, but the music is great, and I love the characters. it just feels so real. Like everybody in that show has a bit more depth than you would understand.
Yeah.
And
that was definitely one of those shows I will say that, because one thing that I say when people talk about sub versus dub is that voice acting is acting. It can be good and bad in both. And I will say with Beck, both of the sub and dub are very well acted, and they make you feel the emotions of the characters. And it's a beautiful series, so it should be watched.
And also, to throw this out there, the voice actor for the guy who does the rapping in the show is fucking Yusuke Urameshi.
Yeah.
So every time you hear
Toichida.
rapping, it's literally Yusuke rapping, and it's one of the greatest things ever.
Yeah.
And to kind of piggyback off that, the first Otakon at the DC Convention Center, we all went to go see Project Beck again, and that was a great time.
Yeah.
Like, we all, like, that was kind of like I've been to other concerts, but that was like the first time I ever felt like I was like at a fucking concert. Like everybody's like standing up and like dancing.
yeah.
Like, I knew all the fucking songs. All my best friends are right next to me. It was great time, great music.
That was really fun.
And I can't remember if this happened right after the guy from Linkin Park killed himself.
It was
after. Right after.
It was after
because they did Numb.
Yeah.
And it's weird that song, for some reason, I don't know why, pops up on my YouTube feed all the time in my YouTube Music app.
Yeah.
And it's a recording of them singing that. And I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking great.
Yeah. No, like Project Beck is that those two concerts are really good. Damn it, and it sucks because I know, like they said, they didn't have their usual vocalist with them. It was a different dude that was doing the raps for him at the concerts because Justin Cook just wasn't there. So I cannot remember the rapper's name, and it fucking sucks so bad.
He's actually a really big nerdcore rapper, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a really big nerdcore rapper, and I give him all the fucking credit in the world because when he first came on stage, he was like, "I'm sorry, I don't know the lyrics by heart. I have a paper here. I've been trying to learn them on the plane, so I'm gonna do my best." And he pretty much did it flawlessly while looking down at the paper and jumping around the stage, being performative the whole time.
So great.
And it was
so
like,
great.
dude, props to you for being that damn talented that you're able to like jump around stage, be active, and still look down at a piece of paper to get your lines when you're rapping. Not even just singing a song, he's rapping, and he's rapping at a fast pace. So it was like, man, props
if you're
to you.
able to look him up, you should totally throw his info up on there when we're talking about
absolutely.
this. Oh, dude. That's such a good times.
Yeah.
I must say, no, yeah, the second one is probably like a top 5 Otakon moment for me, for sure. Because I saw the first one with you guys at the Matsuri, and then in between, Tribby and I traded anime, and the one he made me watch was Project Mongolian Chop Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went and I watched it. So then I was like, oh, that was great. So then coming around to the one in DC when they played the not nearly as big of a space, and it was all focused on them. So it was really like a cool
small,
thing.
Great little venue.
Yeah,
and it was that and I knew all the songs. Then I was like, oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah, man, that was huge, man. I hope they come back to Otakon this year. Next year rather, when it comes back. Because I would love to see them perform again. But man,
if they want to come to online Otakon this year, I guess they can do that too.
Oh man, that would be dope.
Oh hell yeah!
But fucking so when you were talking about that, one of the things that kind of got reminded of is my second least favorite moment at Otakon. Besides any like actual just straight up contrast, which it's just bad directing sometimes, or the Gophers suck. It was Sean Schimmel and Chris Sabat were there. That's Goku and Vegeta, and that's when they had the huge Funimation booth, and they had the huge Dragon Ball Z display.
Okay, yeah.
That one we took all the pictures and shit with. So I go and wait in this line to get their autographs at the booth. Because that was the year our buddy Chris was there. He managed to get their autographs like the day before. I didn't make it in time. So the next day I get there pretty early, get in the line, literally one person in front of me, they cut the line off. No one else is allowed to get any autographs. So I was already pissed, but then they were like, okay, we're letting more people get autographs, but only if you buy the full DBZ like collection. And it was like, okay, well, how much money is that? And they were doing like a discount. It was like $120. I literally had $120 left, and I was like, nah, fuck that. Because it was just like, at that point, I was like, no, like, I waited in that line forever, and y'all cut it off, and then y'all went, I was like, nah, screw that. Fuck that. I'm not.
And to be fair, like 5 years later for your birthday, I bought you Dragon Ball Z.
You did. But now, like, and I think Chris Sabat came back the next year too, but I was just too bitter and I didn't even care. I was like, I don't fucking want his autograph. Fuck him. I was just remember being like literally pissed. Anymore. Yeah, because that just pissed me off so much. There was like one person in front of me, and then they cut the goddamn line off. So fucking pissed.
That reminds me of the last PAX East I went to. It was speaking of a game that I played before it came out. The Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. That was there, and that was really cool. But the thing with like the first 2 days, I'd gone by that area and saw like they had cut that line off, and I was like, oh okay, because they were giving people significant time to try the game,
right?
Since it is an MMO, and they at least wanted you to be able to do like the open, like the first like 6-7 levels experience kind of thing.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this is cool. So the last day. Like, I get where, waiting at the entrance to get let in, and then you basically make a beeline to trying to get in the line to wait into the game room area, the main expo hall. So, where, I get there, and then I just make, without running, because you're not supposed to run, but, like, walking as fast as I could to get to that back corner where that Star Wars thing was.
Yeah.
And the line gets cut off the person behind me. Ugh. And this is like, but the nice thing about it is they counted the line out.
Yeah.
And like it like that line was ended like 2 minutes after the hall opened. They had reached capacity on the line and said nobody after this. So it's not like anybody like waited and then told no.
Yeah.
Like you knew right away whether you were or you weren't.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I just remember waiting in that line. And the person next to me was all excited because they were going to get to play the new Star Wars game. But also, they had the day before, and for some reason they brought it back with them, bought a collector's edition of Record of Agrest War, which came with a Boomy mouse pad.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. I mean,
so they were sitting in the line like, look at my cool collector's edition.
Well, I mean,
it made me laugh so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, to kind of wrap things up, because we're shooting this really late at night.
I gotta work in the morning.
One final question that we can kind of leave off on, since obviously 2020 has been a hell of a year of a lot of things happening, and most of our favorite conventions being canceled and stuff like that. Next year for conventions, damn you, Naraki, you son of a bitch. But next year's conventions are all going to be fucking absolutely like
lit.
Crazy.
Yeah,
yes, lit.
It's going to be great.
So, which convention are you most looking forward to next year?
Otakon, easy.
Otakon, if only because I like if it's not. If we're not in a position where we can go back to cons by Otakon, I'm going to be very severely depressed. I wouldn't be surprised if MagFest isn't in a place to happen next year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if Otakon's not in position, August 6th through 8th, we already know that, 2 years ahead, we know the dates for next Otakon.
Yeah.
Or a year ahead, we know the date for Otakon, which is pretty fun and interesting. Because normally it's not till 2 months from now we're learning when next year's Otakon is.
Yep. In them hotels.
It's kind of like.
It's home.
That's the one. That's that's the big one for me every year. So
it's I've gone to, we've already gone through our list of all the cons we've been to. I've been to MagFest a bunch of times. I've been to Katsu a couple times. I've been to Anime USA a couple times. Otakon will always be home. That's why I know, what was it, our first podcast, I think, that went up?
Mm-hmm.
I even got a little emotional just thinking about when it got canceled.
Yeah.
And it's my one thing I do every year. I may go to MagFest for a day or may go for 2 days, and Who knows? The way things work this year, might go to MagFest, might do Katsu, might even and do Otakon, all three of them next year. Who fucking knows? But Otakon's daddy, and you gotta go home to daddy's arms.
I don't like the way you said that, but yeah. Definitely don't approve of the way you said that.
What?
But
You don't want daddy to
I
tag
mean,
you?
normally when I'm hanging out with quote unquote daddy, like I'm fucking hammered as shit.
oh no.
Well, daddy's gonna hammer the fuck out of you.
Okay, so on that note, if you
I'm gonna get fucked by Otakon?
yeah, right. Leave a comment down below of like whether it wants to be your favorite con experience, or hell, just a con that maybe we should try attending, or just write down your home con and just let that be your only comment. Just, let us know something. You can follow us all on our socials I'm at Trippy Haps.
I'm at the Anime J.
I'm at the Frizzly Bear.
You can follow the channel on at NYAO_official, where you can see when we're streaming on Twitch. You can see when new videos go live on YouTube. You can follow us on our Twitch at NYAO Live, and that's where you'll usually see Frizzly Bear streaming during the weekdays, and you'll see the Anime J, with the exception of this coming weekend, and maybe the weekend after that we'll see on the
Depends how
weekends.
dead I am after the surgery shit.
Yeah.
But I'll still be podcasting even if I'm like half dead.
Yeah. So catch us there. Give us a subscribe if you like it. Check out our Bento Box series, and we hope you enjoy your cons in 2020. Don't go to any conventions this year. You're probably going to get very sick.
2021.
2021, yes.
Yeah.
Real quick. Before we go, we got to make sure we answer that bot's question that Jay responded to.
Don't answer that bot's question. Matter of fact, for anybody, if you see that bot, if that bot comment on anything, do not interact with it. It is a view bot that was unleashed by somebody when YouTube's defenses were down during Naraku's miasma, and it has been going on everybody's videos and stealing views and subscribers and hacking their accounts.
But seriously though, like, what is the moment in your life that you're like most proud
Greatest
of?
life moment.
Yeah.
Greatest. I went and looked it up. I had to go look at it.
What's your greatest life moment?
My greatest.
Was it when you met me?
No, because like 2 years after that, you ruined Cowboy Bebop for me. So
I mean,
oh damn.
I've made up for it. We've been friends like 17 years.
I will say, my heart was a little broken in going to try to find the channel. You need to update that channel description. It says 2 dudes. 2 dudes.
Oh, does it?
There's
Yeah.
3 of us now.
I mean, it is. I mean, it is technically right. 2 dudes and a bitch.
Wow.
Oh, that was me.
I love you, Patrick.
You can finish wrapping up now.
All right, and so yes, catch us on Twitch. Watch our Bento Box series on YouTube, and we shall be seeing you next week. When obviously, I think we're probably just going to talk about visual novels.
Maybe. Bye, Fuzzy.
Fuzzy. Oh,
yeah, because Fuzzy's listening.
Fuzzy is listening.
Bye, Fuzzy.
Bye, Fuzzy.
Bye,
We
Fuzzy.
love you.
Love you.